Hello everyone, in this video we are going to talk about the prevention of diseases. This is actually the last session of our basic theories. So, as we mentioned at the beginning of our study in February, so we said Chinese medicine, we focus on the treatments, we also focus on prevention. So, in our theories, or our principle of treatments not only reflect in the treatments towards the disease, we also focus on the prevention. Prevention is to prevent the disease of happening. So from this session, we actually going to introduce some principles of prevention and also some principles in the treatments. So the first one, the principles of prevention. The principle of prevention, we try to talk about the prevention method, how to prevent diseases. And actually in this session, they include the prevention. There's another field we call maintaining health, or some translation they translate as health preservation. So this one is to preserve your health, or to maintain your health for longevity. The other is to prevent the disease from happening. The prevent disease from happening. There's also another translation. For this term, there's actually no very accurate translation. So we only translate according to the meaning. There's another term also called to treat the disease before happening or before onset. So we're treating the disease before onset, or we prevent the disease from happening. So that's also very similar terms that we all describe that we want to stop the development of the certain disease at a very early stage before we can see the disease. So that actually we want to maintain your health when you are still healthy. So for the prevention, it includes two sessions. One is the health preservation, and the other one is the preventing of disease from happening. So from here, we are going to give you some principles of health preservation. The health preservation, the principles, the first one, we need to adapt to the environment. We need to adapt to the nature. For instance, your diet needs to be changed according to the season. Your lifestyle needs to be changed according to the seasons. That's because in summer, the sun comes out earlier and goes down later. In winter, the sun comes out later, so our lifestyle needs to be adjusted according to the nature. And also, we need to preserve the kidney essence. For this health preservation, apart from the nature, we're going to adapt to the nature. From our health, our organs, we mainly focus on the kidney essence and the spleen and stomach function. So also until here, you will understand that one is from innate essence, one is the acquired qi, where they come from. To preserve the kidney essence, you need to have a healthy diet. You need to have the mental, the your thoughts, your emotions need to be maintained well in certain levels, so you don't feel angry all the time. Also, less alcohol. There's another one very important aspect is the sexual activities. In Chinese medicine theories, the sexual activities are related to the kidney essence. So in order to preserve the kidney essence, we need to limit or maintain in certain frequency. So no overexertion of the kidney essence in terms of the sexual activities. The spleen is related to the kidney to the diet, so we need to maintain a healthy diet and a balanced diet. So that's the short introduction of the principles of health preservation. And then next we're going to talk about the prevention. The prevention includes preventing disease from happening or restrain existing disease from aggravation. So the first one we want to prevent happens. We don't want to be sick. That's preventing disease from happening. The second is in a very unlucky situation, we are sick. And in this situation, we want to stop the development of the disease become worse. So that's the aims of prevention. So then how to prevent the disease? Preventing disease from happening, we need to adapt to the environment and nature. So that's similar to the health preservation. Strengthen the antipathogenic qi. That's to help you to fight with the pathogens from the environment. Healthy diet, healthy lifestyle, exercise, maintaining health with herbal medicine, acupuncture, moxibustion, and massage. Also, we need to keep away from pathogenic factors. So from here, the principles here, some of them, they actually covered each other, such as strengthen the antipathogenic qi. How to strengthen the antipathogenic qi? That actually include a healthy diet, healthy lifestyle, and maintaining with these methods. That's how to strengthen the antipathogenic qi. Also, the healthy lifestyle also includes exercise. So some of the principles, they cover each other. Here we want to mention one of this, maintaining health with herbal medicine, acupuncture, moxibustion, and massage. This method, from this method, actually it tells us herbal medicine, Chinese herbal medicine, acupuncture, moxibustion, and massage. These methods are not only the treatment method towards disease. These also the method to maintain your health. So you can apply some of these methods, these techniques on healthy person to maintain health. The first is the herbal medicine. Sometimes you will be confused as how we can use medicine to maintain our health. Herbal medicine. When we study the herbal medicine, you will understand that Chinese herbal medicine, a lot of the herbal medicine in Chinese medicine is our daily food. such as ginger. It's herbal medicine. It's also our daily food. And there are many, like curry. Curry is some spice. The ingredients of curry are herbal medicine. So we actually can prepare curry in our Chinese medicine pharmacy. So as you can see, the herbal medicine and our diet and our food, we can't separate them. It only depends on how you're going to use this. If you use them as food, they are food. If you use them as medicine, they are medicine. So we can use herbal medicine to maintain our health according to the environment and nature changes. Acupuncture. We also can use acupuncture to strengthen the anti-pathogenic qi, especially moxibustion, to improve the yang energy, to improve the yang qi. So these are some of the methods that's how to maintain our health. Keeping away from pathogenic factors. So that's very important. We need to be healthy. We can strengthen our anti-pathogenic qi, but also very important, we need to keep away from the pathogenic factors. So that's the similar saying in Huangdi Neijing that it describes when we study the pathogenesis. It says that in Huangdi Neijing it describes that whenever the pathogen attacks our body, the anti-pathogenic qi must be weak. And on the other hand, there's another clause that says if your anti-pathogenic qi is very strong, you will not afraid of pathogenic factors. So from these clauses, sometimes people will think that as long as my anti-pathogenic qi is strong, so I can be healthy even in the environment. For instance, now we are actually experiencing the COVID-19 globally. Many people, especially from Western countries, they don't wear the surgical masks. They don't wear facial masks. They don't care about the social distancing. That's why you can see until today, the 10th of May 2020, the USA, the cases reached to 1.4 million confirmed patients, and almost 80,000 patients passed away. That's because they don't care about the principles of prevention, such as keeping away from pathogenic factors. This is very important. You see the prevention principles we list here. These principles have no orders, which one is important, which one is not important. They are all important, which means strengthen your anti-pathogenic qi, which everyone's doing. What they claiming is that they want to improve their immune system. They want to exercise and improve your immune system. Then you can stay away from the COVID-19. Which is partly right, because improve your immune system is similar to strengthen the anti-pathogenic qi. So this is very important for prevention. But in the meantime, you should not forget that we also mentioned you need to keep away from the pathogenic factors. No matter how strong your anti-pathogenic qi is, if immerse to the pathogenic fetus environment, you are going to be affected. Especially for those kinds of violent pathogens, pestilent qi, and epidemic diseases, you need to keep away from the fetus. That's also why we need to keep social distancing. We need to use online class. We stop contact class. So from the prevention, don't focus on only one, focus on the others as well. So from your assignments, I ask you to explain your understanding towards COVID-19, how to analyze, how to understand the COVID-19, how from our theories to understand the disease, the treatments, the principles, the strategies towards the prevention. You can use some of these theories, strengthen the antipathogenic qi, or keeping away from the pathogenic fetus. That's why we need the knockdown. It's from here. So here are some of the principles of preventing diseases. Restrain existing disease from aggravation. This means the patient already in sick condition, but we need to prevent it become worse. Firstly, the principles are early diagnosis or early treatment, treating the potential disease. So these are two principles for this restraining. There's one story that we mentioned in the study of the history from this picture. You still remember the story that I told you, that the Dr. Bian Jue and King Cai. So the Cai was a state in China 2,000 years ago, 2,500 years ago. So it's the same period of the Huangdi Neijing was written. So at that time, China was divided into different states. There's one state called Cai. So the king in Cai state. And there's one daughter, famous daughter, Bian Jue. The story described that Bian Jue met the king Cai. And Bian Jue told the king that you are sick, you need a treatment. And then the king was very unhappy, and Bian Jue was chased away. And then the king said, the daughters, they like to treat a healthy person, and then they claim their support to the healthy person, or they claim their contribution to the treatment of the healthy person, because the person is healthy and you treat with some method, and then you claim that the healthy person is because of your treatment. So the king was not happy. After 10 days, the daughter Bian Jue met the king again. Bian Jue told the king that you are sick, you have to accept the treatment. And at that time, the king still have no symptoms. There's nothing wrong with the king. So the king still refused the treatment. Again, after 10 days, Bian Jue met the king, and then at this time, Bian Jue observed the king on the face. Bian Jue see the king and then ran away. So Bian Jue didn't talk to the king, ran away. So and When the king saw Bianque ran away, he was curious. Why? The previous 2 times, Bianque met him and said the king was sick. Now, on the 3rd time, why Bianque met the king and then ran away? So the king sent his servants to ask Bianque. Bianque explained that at the first time when I met the king, the disease is in the skin. So in this stage, we can use the massage to recover. The second time when I met the king, disease is in the muscles. The disease when it goes to the muscles, we can use acupuncture to help, to assist. And the third time when I met the king, the disease developed into the stomach and intestine. At this stage, we still can use the herbal medicine to assist. But now when I saw the king, the disease already developed into the marrow. So at this stage, the marrow is very important for our health. So there's no treatment for this condition. And this story, and the end of the story was that the king Cai passed away 5 days after this conversation. So although this was a story 2,000 years ago, but from this short story, you will see that the disease from Bianque, he described that the disease developed from superficial to internal, from the skin to the muscle to the internal organs to the marrow, become deeper and deeper. That's the first information we need to study from this story. That's the development and changes of diseases we have discussed in the previous video. From superficial to internal, the disease become worse and worse. Okay. And then the last time when Bianque met the king, Bianque said that the disease developed into marrow. That's why he have no treatment towards this problem. Why the disease went to the marrow, then there's no treatment. This actually reflects that this is a story, so it might be not true, but this reflects the theories in Chinese medicine and acupuncture. Marrow related to the kidney. So kidney stores the innate essence, which means that's why for the prevention or health preservation, we focus on the kidney, we focus on the spleen. One is the innate substance, one is the acquired substance. So these two are very important. The third stuff we can see from this story is that in different area, different location, we can use different treatments to assist. Such as in the skin, we can use massage. In the muscles, we can use acupuncture. In the internal organs, we can use herbal medicine. So these different methods that we are going to study in future, they are suitable for some certain situation. We don't use one method for everything. That's something you can learn from this story after you have studied all these theories. Also, from this theory, you will see the early diagnosis, early treatment is very important, because early diagnosis and early treatment, at this stage, you still have chance to recover. to prevent the disease develop into a more severe situation. So that's the early diagnosis. The second is the treatment principle, treating potential disease. Treating potential disease. What's the potential disease? So in 金匮要略, that's also the classic. It describes that if we see patients suffer from liver problem, we knew that the liver problem going to develop into spleen. The liver going to affect the spleen. So in this situation, we need to strengthen the spleen to prevent the disease going to there. So that's the potential for this process. The patient suffer from liver problem, it will go to the spleen. That's the development loss of this problem. We need to try to stop the development. That's treating the potential diseases. But why? Why the liver problem will develop into the spleen problem? This also can see from the 5 elements. The wood can overadd to the earth. The liver is the wood, the spleen is the earth. So here is only one example. You can use the fire problem. You need to preserve the metal. The earth problem, you need to help the water as well. So this is only one example of treating potential disease. You see, this theories were recorded 2,000 years ago, and now the Western medicine, they also have similar theories or similar thoughts. That's why they try to control the risk factors of diseases. That's the prevention. They also try to prevent disease. So the Western medicine and traditional medicine, actually, when they develop closer and closer. The topic of prevention and health preservation is actually a very big topic in Chinese medicine and acupuncture. Here we only give you some principles. If you are interested, in this theories, if you want to know how to be healthier, you may refer to some other reference on specific topic of health preservation. Health preservation in Chinese medicine has already developed into a separate module or separate disciplines in Chinese medicine. So it becomes a subject of our course. It will be the same as like the basic theories we have discussed from the beginning until now. And for health preservation, it also become a kind of subject similar to this. So it have developed into a full discipline in Chinese medicine. So if you are interested in these theories, you can find other reference to read and understand more about the health preservation, which can benefit yourself and also can benefit your practice, your families. You can show them how to preserve health, how to stay in health situation. So for the prevention, we're going to talk until here. In the next video, we are going to talk some treatment principles, how we're going to treat the disease, how we're going to maintain the balance, recover into balance from yang prevail, yin prevail, or from the pathogens, what's the principles of our treatments. So that's something we're going to study in the next video. Thank you guys.